Joe has joined Toastmasters 4.5 years ago and has gained a lot of experience and confidence at speaking in front of an audience. One of the greatest benefits has been to be asked by friends and family to make speeches to a special occasion. The last one of these speeches inspired Joe to write his speech titled 1968. Please help me welcome Joe Granton.
1968.
Thank you. Yeah, a few weeks ago, I was asked to, a sister-in-law of mine turned 50, and I wrote a speech for her birthday party. And while I was researching 1968, which is the year she was born, 50 years ago, I discovered that that year was an amazing year. 1968 was a pivotal year in history. I would even say that it was a year that changed the world. It was a year full of creative energy, a year full of innovative and technical energy, and a year full of negative energy. Fellow Toastmaster, Madam Table Toastmaster, if you doubt my word or question my word, I have a list here to bolster my claim that that year was an amazing year. I will read here a list of songs, and I'd like you to raise your hand to each one that you know. Born to be Wild. Judy in Disguise with Glasses.
With diamonds.
No, that's a different song.
Okay.
I've got to get a message to you. Sitting on the dock of the bay.
I know that one.
Honey. Delilah. Do you know the way to San Jose?
Yeah.
Scarborough Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Money. Fire. Lady Madonna. Girl Watcher. The Mighty Quinn. Mrs. Robinson.
Yes.
Hello, I Love You. Jumpin' Jack Flash. Hey Jude.
Yeah.
I heard it through the grapevine. Summertime Blues. Hello, Goodbye. That's 20 songs. 20 songs that was written 50 years ago. And we know most of them. Heck, my 16-year-old son knows most of them. It's tight, they're timeless. I question you too, do you know 10 songs that came out in the last 12 months, in the last year? And how many of those will be remembered 50 years from now? I bet some of these will. Yeah, and 1968 was an amazing year for music. And almost as amazing for movies. 1968 gave us The Odd Couple. It gave us Planet of the Apes. It gave us Night of the Living Dead. It became a cult movie. Also gave us 2001: A Space Odyssey. Still recognized today as one of the best movies of all time. And it gave us Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. So 1968 was an amazing year for the art. It was also an amazing year for science, for innovation. It was the year Intel was born. It is now one of the biggest, most known company in the world. They make 80% of all the processors that goes in your computers, telephone, cars, and microwaves. 1968 was also the year of the first bone marrow transplant. It hasn't cured leukemia, but it has saved thousands of lives. 1968, something that hasn't saved life, but greatly improved the quality of life, was the jacuzzi, also invented in 1968. Romantic weekend hasn't been the same since. 1968 was also part of the space race. And it was a race. In September, the Russians sent Zond 5, the first unmanned space vehicle to circle the moon. A month later, Apollo 7 was the first manned Apollo mission. And just 2 months later, December 24th, Apollo 8 became the first manned spacecraft to leave Earth's orbit, went on to circle the moon and come back. It gives you goosebumps, it doesn't. It's the right stuff. All that positive, innovative, creative energy was almost counterbalanced by negative, destructive energy in 1968. The doomsday clock, which is the device that tells us how close humanity is to destroying itself, was set back 5 minutes. The biggest setback it ever had, or ever has since. It was set back because of all the war going on. India was fighting Pakistan. Israel was fighting their neighbors. The United States sent more troops to the Vietnam War. War was all over the place. The clock was set back also because France and China acquired nuclear weapons and tested them. Even though there was a pact going around to ban nuclear testing. Terrible year. It was also a year that we lost 2 great men. Martin Luther King in April, and Robert Kennedy in June. 2 men that were trying to change the world. 2 men that were trying to change how people thought and did things. And they were assassinated for their effort. Imagine, if you will, a world where 1968 did not happen. A world where those 2 great men, Kennedy and Luther King, lived on to boast and push their ideas. Would we have the same kind of politics? Would we have the same politician in power? Well, on the other hand, we wouldn't have the jacuzzi on our weekends. And what would our computer look like without Intel? Right? Would it be the other company? What would we be listening to if we didn't have those songs? What would be music today? And I'm asking you, what would this world be like without Chitty Chitty Bang? Thanks.
Thanks so much, Joe. Yeah, that's true. Even though I'm not from that year, I can recognize a lot of the movies, songs, and of course, the historical figures that we talk about. Now we have 2 to 3 minutes to give Joe feedback, and then later write down her formal evaluation. So timer, who let us know when we complete the
Time yourself. Yep.